Our nation is done for. Absolutely done for. We can't blame it all on the government. It's you. You, the people. The ignorant, the stupid, the people out there that lack common sense. It is your fault this country is going down the drain. And I talk to people like you every day I go to work. I'm a tech support agent. I help people who call into our call center with issues they might have with our service. The company I work for supplies video service, TV, internet service, and home phone service. Now clearly, that's a lot of wiring and there's a lot of things that can go wrong, but it's up to people like me to fix it. A lot of it is the customer's fault, but there are some occasions where some calls are so ridiculous, it sends me into impending rage. Even when I'm there at work, I sit there at my cubicle and I just think to myself, wouldn't it be nice to wrap this headset around my throat and just hang myself? Because the people on the phone are just so ridiculously stupid. Now, we know of the tragedy that happened in Japan. The typhoons, the earthquakes, we saw how they were during their time of impending doom. But what about the Americans? Hurricane Sandy happened just last year. And in this video, I'm going to go over a few calls I got from people here in America on the East Coast that were in Hurricane Sandy. Yes, I got calls from people in the middle of the hurricane. This first lady, in the middle of the hurricane, she calls in,
"Hello, my services are all down. You guys better send someone over here right away to get it fixed."
and at first I didn't know where she was calling from. So I'm just like, "Oh, yes ma'am, I'll do that for you right away. But first I gotta check a few things. Can you please give me your phone number?"
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, thank you ma'am. Oh, I see you're in New Jersey. Ma'am? Aren't you in the middle of flooding, typhoon winds, heavy rain, a hurricane? Aren't you in the middle of a freaking hurricane?
Yes, that's why my TV service went down. That hurricane ripped my cable from the street to my house, and you guys need to send someone over here to get it fixed.
In the middle of a hurricane. What is wrong with these people? We don't have a special hurricane unit of technicians that go out in their truck that just latches onto the ground and they have nice little safety wiring so they can just hover in the wind over to the cable and just gotta fix this lady's cable. She has to watch her soap operas. No! We don't have special hurricane units, and we are not going to send someone out in the middle of a freaking hurricane because you want to watch your telenovelas. These people, you see their priorities. Instead of worrying about getting the safety, she's more worried about watching television. Common sense. That shouldn't even be common sense. It shouldn't even be common sense that we are not going to send someone out in the middle of a freaking hurricane. And then, oh gosh, the calls after the hurricane. There was this one gentleman, he calls in, "Yeah, my services have been down for 2 weeks. 2 weeks I've been without service. What am I paying you guys for?" And yeah, People out there were without power and just about everything else for a long time. So it's going to take a while to get all these wirings and stuff fixed, you know. The whole place was demolished. But I'm just looking at it. Okay, sir, well, I do see here, blah, blah, blah. Wait a minute. Sir? Do you have power? No. I sat there at my cubicle. I just stared at the green inside of my cubicle. My mind sank into such a low abyss. It felt like I was in there for an eternity, but to everyone else it was probably just a few seconds. And I had to calmly and gently tell this customer on my phone, "Sir, you won't even be able to watch TV unless you have power."
I'll teach you what power is.
"Do you have a generator?" "No." "Okay, sir. Well, when you get your power restored, we'll be able to come out and fix everything. So then you'll finally be able to watch TV, but unfortunately, we won't be able to do anything unless you have power. But even if you even did have the services working, you still wouldn't have power to power the set-top box, to power the TV, to power the router. So please give us a call back once your power is restored, sir." "Okay, fine." Click. And he wasn't the only one. I had dozens upon dozens of calls every day during around that whole month. This went on for about a month of people calling in about the services not working when they didn't have power. Better yet. Better yet, it was our fault that the hurricane took their services down. Yes. Our TV, internet, and phone service was at fault for the hurricane destroying everything. Because there was people who called in, "I've been without your services for an entire month, and I want credit on my bill." Why should we give you credit when it's not our fault that your services are not working? The hurricane turned all the wiring in the entire city into a big plate of spaghetti. And that's our fault. Our fault? No. So I just had to smile to myself and just kindly tell the customer, "I'm sorry, sir, but we can't do that. You want to know why? Because we, the TV, internet, and phone provider, did not cause the hurricane. We don't have a magical weather machine that's going to cause a hurricane to destroy everything. We are not weather wizards."
You may call me the Weather Wizard. You have 15 minutes remaining. Unless the money is in my account in that time, I'll unleash a hurricane
that will strip all customers on the eastern shore of their internet, TV, and landline. So deal with it, sir, until everything is fixed. Anyway, here's the last one I remember. I had to try to wipe these from my mind because They cause nightmares. They give me night terrors. I couldn't sleep at night. I got cold sweats. I woke up in the middle of the night thinking something was coming after me. All because of these stupid, ridiculous, ignorant people calling my phone. But there was one lady. She wanted us to send a technician to her place. This was after the hurricane, but shortly after the hurricane, she wanted us to come fix her TV while her house was about, I think she said 3 or 4 feet flooded of water. Yeah. 3 to 4 feet of water in her home. And a boat crashed through the wall that is now resting in her living room. And she is more concerned about watching TV than actually fixing her own home. I had to kindly and ever so gently recommend to this lady, ma'am, I think you should get to safety. Your house is currently flooded. Who knows when you might get hit with electricity? After I said that, she just hung up on me as if I insulted her. Speaking of electricity, there was another moron that wants to come out to their basement where their service box was, which by the way was currently flooded. And according to the customer, there was live electricity in the basement, flooded with water. So basically they want us to send someone out to bathe in tens of thousands of volts of current. That's a quote from 1,000 Ways to Die, which is, if you guys know about currents and such like that, you understand why that's wrong. But anyway, electricity and people and water does not mix. It kills people. People die. You ever play Pokemon when Pikachu electrocutes a water-type Pokemon? It's super effective. Same goes to people. We don't like water and electricity. But the death of our technicians was worth it as long as they got that TV working. I know there was a lot of legitimate Hurricane Sandy victims, but you would think, you would be trying to help other people. You would think you'd be trying to worry about your own safety. You would think there was 1,000 other things to worry about during a time like that, a terrible time like that, than your TV, your internet, and your home phone. It's disappointing. It really is. It saddens me to see people act this way over things that are not even a necessity. TV, internet, and home phone service. When it gets fixed, it'll get fixed. You just got hit by a hurricane. Deal with it. Relax. Read a book. If it's not under several feet of water. Anyway, guys, I have nothing against the people over there on the East Coast. I will never date a New Jersey woman, though. I'll tell you that right now. But regardless, what is wrong with people? That's all I have to say. This is the BlackBuster Critic, and I have probably one of the worst jobs ever, but it pays the bills. I make money off of people's stupidity. and ignorance. Yep. It's dirty money. Dirty, dirty money.